Hello, hello, writing friends. Here's your writing mini lesson for Wednesday, March 24th. Also, bonus point if you noticed that yesterday the date was totally wrong and I didn't even notice at all because, yeah, I'm recording these the week before spring break. It's fine. Whatever. All right, so it's actually March 24th. It is not the past, it is the present, the future. It's something. I just broke that. Anyway, so let's get to writing. Yesterday, we finished our introduction paragraph. And even though this says Wednesday, really, this is Wednesday and Thursday's mini lesson because we're expecting that you're going to take 2 days to work on this part. So before you go like, oh my gosh, I'll write a whole paragraph in one day, we're giving you those days to do it. And as you noticed yesterday, really, this is almost like mathematics. It's like a formula. Take this, add this, now add this. Yay, paragraph. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to be working on body paragraph number 1, and you get today and tomorrow to finish up. And again, if you're not done with the writing mini lessons by Thursday, you should also be using Friday to work on them. So let's talk about body paragraph number 1. Our first step is that we're going to introduce the first fact. Yeah, duh. So we want to make sure we're including those details, and we want to make sure that we include our quote from the source and our in-text citation. That's our evidence that we already found. We've already done the heavy lifting for this. So, like I said, there's no writing video on Thursday, giving you 2 days to do this. Use any extra time on Friday to get caught up if you need to. So let's start working on our body paragraph number 1. So, yesterday, I finished up my introduction. I gave some hints to what I was going to be talking about, but I haven't gone into any specifics. So I'm just going to scroll on down past my bibliography to my organizer, and I am seeing that I am going to be talking about the 5 things plants need to survive. And I'm going to talk about the details, or that the air part of the things that plants need to survive is the nutrients. And actually, that detail ties in with my evidence. So as I'm thinking about writing my body paragraph, I need to think about, when does this evidence come into play with this detail? Now, the other thing you want to think about is, as you're writing, you don't always want this evidence to go last. You do always want to kind of say, sometimes my evidence goes in the middle, sometimes it's near the end, and you never want to end with a quote. The reason why you don't want to end with a quote is you always want to end with your words in a paragraph. The other thing I need to caution you about right now before we get going is, your paragraph should always be more your writing than quote. Because if it's more quote than you, then you're kind of just taking someone else's work and being like, hey, give me a grade for this. So you always want to make sure that your evidence piece is so much smaller than the rest of the things that you wrote. You can paraphrase, take what you learned and put it in your own words, but it shouldn't be like my words, quote, 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 yay, I did it. So just know that. So I need to talk about the 5 things plants need to survive. So I need a topic sentences, a topic sentence. Meh. So here I am at the top of my introduction paragraph. I hit enter. Now look, it did not indent. Remember, there is the magic key on your keyboard, tab. It makes it indent for you. Don't hit space a million times, just tab. It's amazing. All right, let's talk topic sentence. Plants actually need 5. Remember, we always write out numbers less than 9 and less. 5 things to survive. Thank you, autopredict. Plants need, and I should remember some, need sunlight, they need air, they need nutrients, they need space. How do they phrase this on here again? Like, I've already forgotten. How do they phrase it? Light, air. Oh, dumb, Masakimoto. They need water. This is why I don't have a lot of live plants, obviously. Or they need sunlight, air, nutrients, space, water. And now that I think about this, I'm like, I kind of want to put this in a better order. So plants need sunlight, maybe water goes here. Water, nutrient, air, nutrients, maybe nutrients, and space to spread out. So that's my topic sentence. I've got plants need 5 things to survive. Plants need sunlight, water, air, nutrients, and space to spread out. So this is where I want to go back and look at my detail and say, how do I kind of move this into my evidence? So my detail was that the air actually contains gases that the plants need. So I should probably write a little bit more about that. So let's see. Plants actually need 5 things to survive. Plants need sunlight, water, air, nutrients, and space to spread out. Um, the air that plants need is actually full of other gases. So, and these are all the gases here. So I'm just going to say it's actually full of other gases that the plants, I said plants, yeah, that the, I'm just say plants need to survive. Now here's where it gets good to reread what you're reading as you're going. The air that plants need is actually full of other gases that plants need to survive. That's really redundant. That's like saying the same thing over and over and over again. So I say the air that plants need is actually full of other gases that will maybe help the plant grow. There we go. This seems like the perfect spot to stick that quote. Now, if you did your work on the front side, where remember last week or before break, I talked about getting your quote and then putting that in-text citation right there because we already have made our bibliography. If you did that, then you already have your in-text citation right there. All you have to do is highlight it, Control C, scrolly scroll, scroll, scrolly scroll, click. Make sure there's not a crazy amount of spaces there. Control V. They include nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapor, the needs of plants. Now, if you didn't do that, you're going to have to go either back and find where your quote was and add in the first part from the bibliography. So if you look, needs of plants is where I found it. That's the first thing in my bibliography. If it had an author, it would just be the author's name. It's always just that first line from the bibliography. I make sure the punctuation is right. So remember, it's quote, the thing that's from the article, comma, quote mark, parentheses, and then the name of the article if I don't have an author, and then period at the end. Now, remember I told you that you have to make sure that you don't end with a quote. You need to be ending with your voice. So I need to think of some kind of concluding statement just for this paragraph that's about things plants need to survive. So I might make some kind of connection to just like people have many things they need, plants obviously have many things. So just like people have many things that they need to grow strong, plants have many needs to help them survive. Oh, I said survive at the top. I don't like that. Help them. I might just go with that thrive thing again. Help them thrive. I might change that in editing because it's like thrive is right here, last sentence, thrive is right here, last sentence. But you know what? I'll workshop that later when we edit. So this is 2 days worth of work. Although you can see I kind of wrote it in like couple minutes. So 2 days of work, maybe watch this today, really think about what you want to write in your body paragraph and then write tomorrow. Maybe write a little bit today, finish it up tomorrow, whatever works for you. By the end of this week, you need to have your introduction paragraph and your first body paragraph finished. See you next week.